everyone, I'm happy to bring you a new product review that is Neutrogena's Purescreen line Mineral UV Tint Face Liquids. So these are sunscreens. They are an SPF of 30 with vitamin E. They are mineral sunscreens, meaning they have titanium dioxide and zinc oxide in them. But what's unique about these is that Neutrogena has released them in a range of shades. It's not just one tinted sunscreen. The shades I have in this video to review for you on my skin are the light shade and the medium shade, but they also have a deep shade that they are offering in the range. So we will apply these, I'll test them out, we'll look at the ingredients, I'll tell you how it feels, how it works on the skin, etc. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, and you can also follow on Instagram if you aren't already. If you missed my last video review, I will link that in the upper right hand corner. I'd appreciate if you check it out if you haven't seen it already. So your products will come initially in boxes like this. You can see the slight difference in the tint. The price point for this will vary depending on where you buy it. Obviously, you're going to start finding it, hopefully soon, in your local drugstores. Currently, the only place that I can find this to purchase is through Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box for where you can find it. Because it's such a new product and upcoming product, that's part of why you may not be able to find it if you're watching this video right when I publish it, but I would assume in the next coming weeks it will be more widely available at places like your local drugstore, Target, Walmart, that kind of thing. I was wrong. I think when I first purchased this, there were only 3, I'm pretty sure I only saw 3 shades, but now when I look at it, there's 4. So anytime in this video that I refer to it just being light, medium, and deep, there's actually a medium deep shade also. So you have 4 shades available to you in the range, which is even better. Now, if you go through Neutrogena's website, the price point for one bottle of this is like more than $21, which is a lot. On Amazon, this is closer to $17. It's less than $17. So I would definitely purchase it through Amazon, at least currently. Who knows what the price points will be once it's more widely available. For whatever price you pay, you are getting 1.1 fluid ounce or 32 milliliters of product in a plastic squeeze tube that is opaque. Let's go ahead and look at the claims for the product. It contains 100% mineral actives and the antioxidant vitamin E. It comes in 4, they say, flexible shades designed to complement the natural skin. It's also formulated to easily layer under makeup. You get broad spectrum SPF 30 protection, water resistant for up to 80 minutes. It is oxybenzone free, paraben free, and fragrance free, which the fragrance free to me is the most important part. It's supposed to leave the skin glowing and radiant with no white cast. So I think I mentioned this before, but I want to make sure you know it's 3.2% titanium dioxide and 21.6% zinc oxide. Those are the ingredients that will give you that broad spectrum of protection. And of course, we need to double check the other ingredients in the list, paying most closely attention to whether there's any sort of ingredients that are likely to irritate your skin, of which I don't see any. True to claim, I don't see any fragrance that's been added, and I don't see any drying alcohols either. All right, let's go back to a bare face and get to applying these and testing them out. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the light shade to half my face and then the medium shade to the other half, just so you can see and compare. My skin is light with yellow undertones. I'm usually an NC 20, sometimes 25 in the summertime when I'm more tanned, if you look in max shade range. So let's go ahead to apply. It's more of a thin consistency than a typical face lotion, or sunscreen, I should say. Spreads nicely. Go ahead and zoom in there. I don't think I see any real coverage. So, but tint is probably just to help combat the white cast. Okay, so this half of my face has the light shade applied. And then going in with medium on the other side of my face. That's what that looks like. Yeah, the tint is sheer enough that on my skin, I don't see a big difference between the light and the medium. Obviously, if you were super pale skinned, the medium shade may be more visible and look not as seamless on your skin. I like the finish of this. It's not too shiny. There's no shimmer that's been added, thank goodness. It feels thin. It spreads out nicely over the skin. It does not feel heavy or goopy or thick or suffocating your skin. It feels very lightweight on the skin and pleasant to wear. It blended out nicely. Again, I don't see any tint or coverage, I should say. There's definitely a tint, but it's so sheer that I don't get any real coverage from it. And indicative of that is I don't think you can tell a shade difference between these two sides. Let me know if you can. This is the medium side, and this is the light side. I was anticipating maybe having to wash my face in order to wear this out throughout the day and then apply just one shade. But like I said, because the tint is so sheer, I don't think I'll have to do that. I can just leave it this way. Now, normally I wouldn't do half and half. I would put enough sunscreen on both of my hands to cover my entire face. But I think I can just leave it this way, go about applying my makeup throughout the day. And I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll check in with you just to make sure that the formula plays well with applying makeup on top. So I'll wear a liquid foundation and we'll see how that goes. So this is after I've applied foundation, worked and played very nicely with the liquid foundation. The one that I applied and I'm actually testing out and doing a video for is Makeup by Mario's new foundation. It is the Surreal Skin liquid foundation that just launched on Sephora. So again, I don't know which video is going up first or next, but if that review is already up, I will link it in the upper right hand corner. If it isn't already up, make sure you stay tuned for it if you are interested. It's a lovely looking foundation so far. Oh, and then I wanted to also just kind of swatch these, I guess, side by side. So light versus medium. And of course, before blending in, that's the difference. It looks like a very stark difference just in swatching, but then as we saw, as you smooth it into the skin, I wish they would make the light tones for tinted sunscreens less peachy. I find that a lot of the time they're quite peachy in tone. But anyway, like I was saying, once you actually smooth it into the skin, I can't really see at least any sort of big difference between light and medium. All right, so I've done a pretty simple makeup look and set it with translucent powder. Again, no sort of issues that I see with pilling or just anything but playing nicely with the makeup products that I've applied on top. So overall, I think these are fantastic. It is a mineral sunscreen that doesn't leave any sort of noticeable cast, has a variety of different shades. Obviously, I haven't tested out the deep shade on my skin tone, but the indication from the light and medium shades is that the tint will combat white cast, while not affecting drastically the tone of the skin in any other way, and seems somewhat pliable between the shades, since I'm kind of able to use either one of these without detecting any sort of difference in color between the two sides. Pleasant to apply, pleasant to wear, doesn't feel heavy, greasy, goopy, any of those typical sunscreen unpleasant characteristics or anything like that. So I am happy to see this on the market. Let me know if you have tested out this product, what you think, any other questions or comments you have. I hope this video was helpful to you. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I'll see you in the next one.